Hey, travelers. It's a nicer day, but man, that sun is still a scorcher.
Yeah. It's been a real experience being in the backyard, you know?
Hasn't it?
You never know what you're going to get on the days we shoot these.
I'll have to see if I can put up some plexiglass so we can move in the winter, but I still think it would be great to sit out here in the snow.
Yeah, I mean, I think I could do it.
I could do it. Yeah.
You don't put on a beer gut just for looks, you know. That's
You
not
bet.
for the ladies. That's for me to stay
That's
warm.
for functionality. That's
for
what that is.
functionality.
Yeah.
Go ahead, be skinny in the north. See how long that gets you. Be hiding indoors all winter.
You know, I've seen skinny people not make it as long as some bigger people, so
This is the north. You got to have a little layer on
you got to have a little bit.
You've never seen
You'll never survive.
You've never seen a walrus's abs, right?
Yeah.
Well, we got beer here today.
Do we? Is that what we got?
Got some alcohol.
You know, we told you that we have no fear in bringing pumpkin back for another week.
Yeah, we're gonna do it again.
And we're going to do it again.
We're going another round of pumpkin.
And maybe a third. You never know. If we find some that really tickle our fancy.
I mean, it was a lot of work we put into this one because you text me like, "What beers do you want to do?" I'm like, "Pumpkin," one word, and you're like, "Yes."
Yes.
That was it. That was the conversation. Just, yep, let's do that.
I'm all in. I'm all in on pumpkin.
So the first pumpkin beer we're gonna open is actually a cider.
So it's not a beer at all.
Not even a beer.
Oh.
And
What kind of show is this?
the Down East guys. So this is Down East. It's a cidery based out of the kind of the New England area.
Yep.
And they're supposedly the third biggest in the country. They're new to Wisconsin, so we're just getting to know these guys. But they have unfiltered cider. So what you have to do is you got to shake it a little bit.
You got to shake it and then have it explode in your
Give
face.
it 10 seconds, they say.
10 seconds.
I'm not counting, but you know, I feel like we can fill 10 seconds relatively easy.
I imagine.
So this is a cider with pumpkin and chai in it.
Pumpkin and chai.
Unfiltered. So if you think about beer, a lot of times, like right now, hazy beers are all popular, but there is, before hazy beers were the all the rage, unfiltered beers are just simply beers that aren't filtered. And
Yep.
your main ways of filtering a beer is a centrifuge.
Yep.
Spins it so fast it throws it out. A filter, which is pretty self-explanatory, it filters it.
Yep.
And or you can use enzymes that you put into the beer that grabs the stuff and pulls it to the bottom, all depending on what you want to do. So if you think let's say you go to your local apple orchard with the kids in the fall, that cider that you'd get there with your kids, you know, the non-alcoholic stuff is usually unfiltered.
Right.
And that's what this is. So it's, if you think of like an Angry Orchard, that's a clear cider. This will be a bit more hazy.
Gotcha.
So let's give it a shot, shall we?
I was thinking the other day, because my in-laws have apple trees, I was like, and we have a juicer now, so I thought maybe I'll try a hard cider this year and see how messed up I can make that.
Yeah.
I just need a carboy.
Doesn't that look like a cider? Oh, I got a carboy for you if you need a
Okay.
carboy.
All right.
I got one.
All right.
Give it to you in an hour if you need it.
Sounds great. I don't need it now. The apples aren't ready yet.
Yeah.
The ones I want to use.
That
It
is
almost looks orangey.
yeah, it's got like a nice, like almost multi-hue gradient to
Yeah.
it.
Ooh.
That's a big nose.
You can smell the chai.
I'm not. What is chai? 100%.
Tea.
Just like it's a tea leaf.
I don't know.
No, I mean I know it's a tea. I just don't know. What
You know, honestly, I've never cared enough to really look into it.
Yeah, I've my tea's usually more like black tea,
Or it's a spice. I don't know.
Earl Grey tea. I like my teas earthy, which I bet no one is surprised about.
That's how I like my coffee too.
I like mine
Just-
darker the better.
Yeah, nothing in it.
The best coffee I've yet to drink. We were in San Domingo or the Dominican Republic.
Yep.
Their coffee is just like this rich, dark. Oh, I drink so much of it.
Some good
I
stuff.
still buy it off Amazon periodically, but
Yeah,
messes your day up if you're not careful.
I'm sure it'll surprise nobody that I don't put sugar or
black.
Yeah, nothing.
I don't need the.
I don't need nothing in my
I
coffee.
don't need extra sugar. You know.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, unless you can ferment it. Ooh.
It's got
That cider adds a refreshing element to it that you normally don't get. I wouldn't say pumpkin beers would be considered refreshing.
right. You know what the difference that I think, and maybe this is all just in my head. The cider that you would get normally from an orchard,
Yeah.
the unfiltered stuff,
Yeah.
seems to have a little more body to it.
Yeah.
And then you get the ciders that have been filtered, and
The Angry
it's more
Orchards.
just like apple juice.
Yeah.
It's not a cider anymore because all that pulp and extra stuff gives it that.
That's actually a great distinction: apple juice versus cider. That
Right.
clarity versus that fogginess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never really thought about that. This is definitely a cider.
Oh yeah.
If you're going by your
yeah.
distinctions here.
You bet.
That pumpkin is like this is really refreshing. Maybe it's just hot and it's been a week.
It's been a week and it's not even over.
Oh, don't remind me.
Yeah.
That's refreshing though.
That is refreshing. It's very good.
Mm-hmm. I don't really get a ton of chai though.
No. It's more on the nose.
Yeah. I wonder what it would taste like without the chai. I wonder if that chai is kind of necessary to help balance it out a little bit.
Maybe.
Or, I don't know what the chai is doing in there.
Selling. A lot of people just see
Chai.
something. Try. I'm
in.
going to buy that. I'm
Pumpkin
in.
chai.
Try. It's kind of like you put pumpkin on it for me and put it in the beer section, and chances are
Just put the
I'll give it a hard thought.
Like normally, I walk straight through the bakery department at a grocery store, but I see a pumpkin bar, and I'm like,
Yeah. Could go for that.
what kind of frostings they have? Cream cheese?
Yeah. You know what we don't get many of? Pumpkin donuts. Could have more of those.
I wonder if Dunkin' Donuts makes one during the season.
I hope so.
I have to
If they
swing
do,
on
I'll have to swing by and get that.
it. Yeah, like I said, down east is new to Wisconsin. They're working their way west, and if they make more ciders like this, I can't see why I wouldn't like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The more pumpkin, the better. Just remember that out there. If any
pumpkin.
of you are brewers. More
Well, I'm
pumpkin.
actually going to... I know we had talked about doing these guys, but we each have our own cans. We might as well go with the one we have to split, and we'll finish
Sure.
on, the
That
New
sounds
Hollands.
great.
I just thought of that.
So we meaning me and my wife, acquired some beer from a very nice person in the St. Louis area. We did a beer trade, and she said the word pumpkin, and I said, "What do you want in trade? You know, I'll just find something. Whatever. What do you want?" So I found some beers that she liked. We made a little trade, and I got a whole 12-pack of pumpkin beer.
Yeah,
which
we had one last week. We had
we had the Mexican hot chocolate pumpkin, which
and this
is
is
a lot
the old
going on.
Fallon Whip,
The whip, yeah.
pumpkin whip. So this is
It's a cream ale. We haven't had a good cream ale in a while, huh?
We haven't had a cream ale without somebody adding something to it, and even longer.
Yeah,
This one happens to have pumpkin in it, which is probably my favorite ingredient to a cream ale.
yeah.
Way better than a jalapeno.
Way better than a jalapeno, absolutely.
Well, no, just looking at the color of this versus that cider, it's night and day difference as far as
Filtered,
clarity.
obviously. Yep.
That is. This almost hosts like a Budweiser.
It's got a little bit of a whip nose to it.
Yeah, I definitely
Like
get
whipped cream.
sugar on the
Yeah.
nose, like that vanilla sugar smell.
Not a lot of pumpkin.
Yeah, that's kind of an odd beer.
It's kind of creamy, a little creamy, like they added whipped cream to it,
Tastes more like whip than pumpkin.
and then you get that corn cream ale aftertaste.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a cream ale is already a beer that it's kind of a loosely defined style, but what I always like to envision is like a corn base, so you get that residual sugar from the corn.
Yep.
Gives you a little bit more of a kind of a creamier body, for lack of another better word. Like where oats give you like a heavier body. I feel like corn kind of can cream out some stuff. Now you can go get like macro breweries who use corn as a cheap sugar, but there is ways to use corn more effectively. I don't know where they're getting this cream from. If it's just vanilla extract they put in there. Or
Good question.
taste. This literally tastes like a Budweiser that someone put like a dollop of whipped cream in.
I would say that it tastes better than Budweiser,
Fair enough.
slightly.
Marginally.
It does come from the same state, so maybe that's got something to do with it.
Maybe. Is
Yeah.
everything in St. Louis just automatically already tastes like a Budweiser?
Possible. I don't know. Never been.
Then what's a brewery I don't really care.
We'll have to see if we can get someone to sponsor us to go to St. Louis, and we'll do a little research, huh?
Go drink a beer in the Arch.
That would be something. It'd be trippy. I'm not sure if they'd let you do it.
Yeah, we'll flask it in.
Or we could, flask beers in. Go up the little elevator.
What's in the flask? You're a cream ale.
Cream ale. Oh, okay.
Oh, what? Wasn't prepared for that answer. Hard root beer.
Yeah, I got to admit, I think I was expecting something a little more full-bodied.
Yeah. I was expecting more like a pumpkin pie with whipped cream vibe going on.
Yeah.
That whip flavor is very dominant, and I don't know if I get any pumpkin.
I don't get any pumpkin.
I mean, if I was blind tasting this, I'd be like, yeah,
Yeah.
Sweet. That was their.
I mean, it's not overly sweet. I wouldn't say, you know.
The only reason I think it is so sweet is because there's nothing else balancing out that sweet.
You just get the whipped cream.
You get the whip, and that's it.
Yep.
Well, that was interesting.
Yeah, that was a beer.
Yeah, well, we each got our own of the Ichabobs.
Oh, Ichabod. Ichabod Crane. The Headless Horseman.
Sleepy Hollow, I believe it's called.
Yeah. There's a lot of pumpkin beers that I'm still wanting to buy, so I'm pretty sure we're not done. We're not done with pumpkin beers yet.
We're not even close.
If we run out of Christmas beers this year, if there just doesn't happen to be many of them, we'll go right back to pumpkin. You think I'm kidding?
I hope you're
We'll
not.
dive right back in.
So Ichabod is a beer made by New Holland Brewing, which is in New Holland, Michigan. I've actually been to that brewery.
Yeah.
It was they're known for Dragon's Milk.
Yep.
Just in case. So yeah, I mean they're an OG craft brewery. They've been around for a long time. They've been making pretty good beers for a long time. And it's been a long time since I've had this. On top of it, first time in a can.
And I honestly don't know if we've ever done it on the show. I'm assuming that we have, but it's never been in a can. And
that's a really sexy orange color.
Yeah.
It's a nice orange.
They at least got the color right.
Yeah, I'd say that I've never had a pumpkin beer that was like, yeah, this looks like a
The nose just smells like a beer.
Yeah.
You know, the classic beer smell?
Yeah. Like the smell you get in your kitchen
Hops,
after
barley, and water. That's what it smells like.
when somebody breaks a bottle, that
Yep.
just wafting beer smell.
Yep.
No,
It's a little hoppy.
I get
don't get a lot of pumpkin.
I get nutmeg.
Yeah?
So according to these guys, it has nutmeg, real pumpkin, and cinnamon in it. I'll get the cinnamon on the finish. The aftertaste definitely gets cinnamon, nutmeg. I feel like the more I sip it, the more I get pumpkin. But those initial couple sips were not.
Well, and the thing is, I'm sure we've talked about this before. Pumpkin's not exactly a dominant flavor.
No, has not been.
Yeah. You need to add all of the other ingredients to it to actually make it what we consider pumpkin. So the cinnamon and the clove and
the spice. It's a mixture of spice and gourd.
Right.
I would go ahead and say this is a good entry level pumpkin beer. Somebody that didn't know if they wanted to go I always hold up Warlock from Southern Tier as being my favorite pumpkin beer.
Yes.
That's a big beer.
It's fantastic.
That's almost a slap in the face if you're not prepared for it.
Yeah.
I would say if you had a relative that wanted to get into pumpkin beer but was a little hesitant, I would start with this one.
Sure.
Because it is ultimately, I would say, beer first.
It's heavy beer. Yeah.
That's actually an interesting conversation you can have about that, in that as a brewery, when you're making a beer and you're starting to put abstract or adjunct ingredients into a beer, what do you want? Do you want it to be a beer with flavor, or do you want it to be this flavorful thing that has alcohol in it?
Yep.
And just using your beer as a base to get you that alcohol. I would say these guys want beer first route.
Well, and that's, I mean, if you're trying to capture a broader audience, I guess.
Yeah.
That's probably the way to do it. And if you're a bigger brewery like New Holland is, or a more well-known, I guess, you're making beer for everybody then.
Yeah. I mean, if you're doing mass distribution, you kind of have to.
But as far as Warlock, when Warlock comes out, there's a big heavy line in the sand. You either like it or you don't. There really isn't a lot of in between. And
this is almost like an amber ale with like a hint of pumpkin, a hint of spice to it.
Yeah, there isn't a lot. I mean,
no, and it's only like 4.5% alcohol. So like this is a beer that a pumpkin beer you could drink 3 or 4 of.
Oh, absolutely.
Because some of them get palate fatiguing.
Yeah.
You mean
Warlock does.
Warlock, and what was that one we had the other day that was like super sweet pumpkin beer?
Was it on this show?
Yeah, it was like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember what I did 3 days ago, let alone 3 weeks ago.
I remember that one being very palate fatiguing, though.
Yeah.
And this one is like, this is a beer that just happens to taste a little bit like a pumpkin.
Sure.
So, I don't know. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm kind of glad that I got more at home because I feel like I could probably pound 2 more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think we need more of bourbon barrel-aged pumpkin.
Oh, I got one coming. Don't
Do
worry.
you? Oh,
That's
fantastic.
a future episode.
Yeah, I look forward to it. Yeah. This is the pro pumpkin place on the internet.
I feel like we need to make a T-shirt, like TRT. We support the pumpkin.
We support the pumpkin? I got it. Yeah.
Pumpkin.
We could make those shirts.
Hashtag pumpkin life.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Andy would be good at coming up with a little slogan, or Stephanie.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Do you think they watch this far in the episode?
Andy always sends me texts the day after.
Critiques?
Yeah.
Criticisms?
He critiqued the way I said goza. He's like, don't say it goose. It makes you sound stupid. I'm like, shut up, Andy.
You know, the next time we do a goza, just say it like that.
Just
then.
goozing it the whole time. I know Stephanie doesn't watch it, but yeah.
Yeah. Well,
she's up to her eyeballs in nonsense. So
sure.
she doesn't need more of my beer. No,
This is the kind of nonsense that I gravitate towards, though.
Yeah. If there's one thing Stephanie has heard a lot of, is inane beer talk from me.
I bet.
Yeah, I don't think she's jonesing to find it on YouTube. She could just go home. I'm there.
I tell you, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, those
are beers. I'm not gonna
and a cider.
I'm not gonna lie to you, that cider is probably
my
favorite.
I'm actually really impressed with the cider.
Yeah, that was easily my favorite. I like that they make you shake the can. I don't know why. But I found that
Does
to be
it
charming.
actually say that on there?
Yeah, if you read it, it's upside down.
I'll be damned, it is. Yep.
Upside down, because if you read it, it says
it's open now, so I'm not going to do it.
Good call. But it's like you need to shake this can up. You're halfway there, just turning this can upside down to read this.
Well, that's good stuff.
That's good That's good package design, if anything.
You know, before this whole thing happened, before COVID and all that, we were actually going to go to a cidery in Minneapolis.
Which one?
There's one in the North Loop.
Oh, 19 or
yeah,
Dan Murphy. That's all I know.
Yeah, Dan Murphy. Anyway, and that's not the name of it.
That's just a friend of mine that worked there for a spell.
So we were going to go there, and then of course this all happened, and travel's been at a minimum, and
now we're in a backyard.
Now we're in a backyard until we're not. So we'll see. But we are still working on traveling. I do a little of it, just not very far.
Yeah, I wore my South Dakota shirt today in honor of.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Because we can't travel there.
I haven't been there since Christmas.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was traveling in Pittsburgh not too long ago, but didn't have a chance to go do anything fun.
I imagine not. Yeah.
It was pretty quick trip.
There isn't a lot of fun in these states anymore, but thank God there's still beer and cider and.
Luckily, we have hardworking folks at grocery stores keeping the shelves full for us.
That's right. And we're still working on the Scotch episode, so maybe we'll do something like one bourbon, several Scotches, one beer.
Oh, yeah.
And see if we can fit that into 20 minutes.
And the Goose Island one still.
And the Goose, yeah. We just we're still compiling people that we can get out here to help us drink.
Yeah, we got to get a strategy for that one. That's the one that like no drop is wasted.
No, we don't waste any of that.
Yeah, we don't waste any of that. So
that's too precious to waste.
Some of that stuff has literally been sitting in my basement for 5 years at this point.
I look forward to it. Oh, it's going to be so good. Anyway, pumpkin. Expect another one, maybe 2, 5. Who knows? It just depends on how many pumpkin beers we can acquire. So, anyway.
We might even redo some.
Just
because we can.
Yeah. Anyway, if you haven't already done it, subscribe. We are getting really, really close to 1,000, so we appreciate all of you that have done it already. Check us out on all the social medias, Instagram, Facebook.
Where else are you going to get half-ass beer banter?
Right, and of course Twitter. And let us know if there's anything that you would like to see us do, because we're desperate and we might do it.
Yeah, we're big fans of variety pack breakdowns.
Yeah.
So if you live in a part of the country that has variety packs that we don't have access to, send them up.
You bet.
We'll drink through it, and we'll get our opinions on that variety pack.
Absolutely. Anyway.
I think there's a tick on my arm.
Oh, no.
Jesus.
From Troy and I, we will see you next week, hopefully without ticks. Prost.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, you can click down below where there's some more episodes for you to watch. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on episodes that you do watch. We hope to see you next time.